Hey y'all, I'm Courtney Mong, and today we're measuring an existing opening and replacing this flush wood door with a new hollow metal door with a 10 by 10 visible light. It's always best to start with a visual inspection. Take a quick look to see if there are any obvious fitting issues or special conditions like any inconsistent clearances on top, sides, or bottom of door. Is the door protruding past the frame face at strike jamb? Is the latch bolt fully engaged and centered in strike? Looks like we're looking good on this opening. If there were any red flags, you will need to identify the issue in the frame measuring process. This opening has a 90-minute fire label, and we will certainly need to note that when ordering. So let's get started by measuring the frame opening width at top, middle, and bottom of opening. Next, measure the opening height at each jamb. By following the old adage, measure twice, cut once, let's also measure the door width and height on the pull side of the opening. Okay, now we will identify hardware preps and locations, starting with hinges. Measure the hinge locations on the frame from the top of the inside of the opening to the top of each hinge. Be sure to check the height, thickness, and backset on the hinge. Next, measure your strikes. We only have one ASA strike prep on this frame, and we will measure from the top inside of the opening, either to the top or center line of the strike. Be sure to check the lock type, backset, and preps required in the door. Since we have a surface-mounted closer on this opening, the door should receive a reinforcement. Finally, the opening should be checked to be sure it's square, level, and plumb. Time to go get a new door on order. See you when the new door is produced and ready to hang. Okay, our new door has been delivered, so let's get it installed. We should start by removing the closer and lock from the existing door. Next, we'll remove the hinges from the door. Now position the new door in place for hanging. Secure one hinge with a couple of screws, being sure to only snug and not fully tighten the screws. Now fasten the other hinges to the door with snugged but not tightened screws. If the door is swinging okay, go ahead and tighten the hinge screws. Don't crank down too hard on the screws until they're all securely seated, because this can affect swing and fit. Swing the door again to be sure it fits with even clearances and there's no hinge bind. Now let's reinstall the lock and the closer. Next, we will install a 90-minute rated light kit with wire glass. Now the only thing you have left to do is stand back and admire your work. Only you have to know how easy it was.